And it's a good afternoon. Welcome to Danfo Conversations. I got a message today saying, what's happening to Danfo Conversations? Of course, we're still on the Danfo. Absolutely. This Danfo forever lives on. How are you? How has your week been? It's a busy weekend tomorrow, especially. For those of you, who have relatives, or if you're listening from Kogi, if you're listening from Bielsa, and what's the other one? Imo State. Is Imo State this weekend as well? Yes. I hope it all goes well. I know it's very scary. There's been a lot of reports. There's been, sort of accusations and counter accusations. The political parties are at it again and again and again. INEC has come out with their usual, if I may be honest, perfunctory statement, as I often feel these things are sometimes anyway. Saying, any polling station that experiences violence, none of the votes will be counted there, etc., etc. And security, everybody's on alert. I have a friend who is actually doing election observation. I've sent her a message this morning saying, be well, be safe. And when they start fighting, run. But that's not what we're going to talk about. But I know that it's on the mind of many of you, because whether you live in Lagos, whether you're resident in Lagos, a lot of you have relatives in other parts, and you're emotionally connected to other parts of Nigeria. So I hope it all goes well. I don't know who you're supporting, but I kind of know who I don't want to win in Kogi, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, so that's that. That's what's been going on. I hope you're well. What are we going to talk about on this Danfo? Where is this Danfo going to go today? There's a report that came out. I think it came out this morning. From the Lagos State DVRST, or DSVRT actually. And it says 340 women beat their husbands to stupor in 1 year. The story says the Lagos State government has reported 340 cases of women pummeling their husbands to submission in the state in the last 1 year. Executive Secretary, Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, Titilola Viva Adeniyi, disclosed this recently. She said incidents of reporting of domestic violence. I don't know who writes these things. They literally do not understand how to write English. It annoys me. When I start reading it out, it bugs me. Titilola said incidents of reported domestic violence from male increased during the last year. Viva Adeniyi disclosed that 340 male reported incidents. There is no such thing as incidences. Incidents with a T. Gosh, when government people can't write properly, when press can't write properly, it annoys me. Sorry. Viva Adeniyi disclosed that 340 male reported incidents of domestic violence perpetrated against them by their wives between September 2022 and July 2023. That's what I want to talk about. This increase in female to male domestic violence. Again, I repeat, the increase of female to male domestic violence. 0900 993 993 993. The female only line is 014657190. Let's talk about that. This increase in female on male domestic violence. Yes. Koboko.
Okay, why, Oma?
Why, Oma? How are you?
Beautiful woman in Igbo land.
Thank you. How are you?
Make us first of all report to you what is happening before I will talk to your topic. I want to go in plastic surgery on my neck. Hello?
I'm listening.
Thank you. I want to cut to my esophagus and gullet to put a pipe. Over 2 weeks now, if I call Joyce, he said, don't shout, don't shout. And they say, make good help me if I won't lose my thought. If I say make I cool down, I may lose my thought. 3 o'clock, everyone going to go say, no shout, no shout. So I want to go plastic surgery for 3 months. As I tell you, concerning your topic, it is very, very pathetic and it's very, very unacceptable. Women beating their husband. One, because it's peer pressure. Number 2, the circumstances that is surrounding our situation and our economy. And the third, maybe how some of them were brought up. Maybe they don't see the time when their papa, their mama, they put on their papa. So it can't transcend. The blood can't transmit to them. So they will not continue beating their husband. At times, men, they beat woman too. But any man, when they beat woman, is a complete ignoramus and a bastard. It's a bastardicated bastardism. Any man that is beat woman is a bastard. Is a Satan.
Can you please watch your language, please?
Thank you. Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Koboko. So that was Koboko, and you heard what he said. He said perhaps those women grew up watching their mothers beat their fathers. Really? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Jacob, calling from Jakande Force.
Hello, Jacob. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Go ahead.
The way people do talk at times, seriously, do talk very harsh, and that is very, very bad. You know, women beating their husband, as in, I don't know what to say, but what about men that beat, as in, their wives? What, as in,
no.
say their
We
very,
know that.
The language is very, very bad.
Okay.
And what if man beats woman?
No.
And the woman that are beating men now, what will they call? What are we going to call them?
I don't understand. No. Let's not talk about Koboko, please.
No,
honestly, no, please.
I'm a single guy. I haven't married. I'm a single guy.
Okay.
And I've never seen. Hello, can I talk, please?
Yes, you can, but hold on. Permit me. Let's not talk about Koboko. I would like to hear your views on the story that I read out.
Okay. You know, my dad married 4 wives. I've never seen one day my dad raise his hand against his wife.
Okay.
Yes, I'm the last born of my mom. I'm 30-something years now.
Mm-hmm.
And all my brothers have married. All my brothers that got married, I've never seen any of them that even can raise his hand to beat his wife up to today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm even praying for myself. I will never in my life raise my hand to beat any woman that I'm going to marry. That's my prayer, because
so what do you think?
I've never seen my father do such things. I've never seen my brothers do such things. So why will I do such things?
Okay.
You see? So the way yes, it's true that maybe the way the women the way that they have been brought up, maybe they see their father beating, or maybe they see their mother beating their father, or something like that. You know, but some men are very lazy. That's the truth. Some men are very lazy. How will you allow wife to, before it reach to beating section, leave that place before it gets to another place?
Yeah, but why would you call them lazy then? Why are you saying some men are lazy? Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is the merchantman.
Okay, merchantman. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Go ahead.
How is the family?
Family is well, and yours?
Yeah, we are fine here.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Talk to me.
Actually, there are so many factors that give credence to violence in the family. Number one is family upbringing. Just like if anybody listened to Barrister Olumide on Saturday GS show, the program with Onyechi Kumakama, you remember that most of the time, Barrister always talk about giving birth or making multiplication of generation of violence. When somebody finds out that a relationship he or she is into is a violent one, the person will say, especially the women, she will say to continue to give birth in that circle of abuse and violence. Then another one is you look at economic issues. There are a lot of pressures on families. So people who do not really understand themselves very well are bound to begin to experience misunderstandings as a result of the general effect of the economic reality in our land today. Then another thing is lack of control that people, like the last caller said, there are times when you have issues in family and if you really want to adhere to what is on ground, you are bound to make mistakes. At that moment, you remember that you are a man, just like the last caller said as well. The last thing I can do is to raise my hand to beat a woman or my wife, so to say. But when you ask of if the reality of a woman or women beating their husband, if it is true.
I'm not asking if it's true. What I'm asking is, what do you think is leading to this increase? What is
the
it?
reason that
it is
goes
true.
On the increase.
Yes.
Yeah, just like the factors I outlined. Number one is lack of self-control, economic pressure, multiplication of the generation of violent people. When children watch their dad or their parents fight, or in that essence, that particular generation of children will inherit it. It will be bequeathed to them. It will be a continuation of a trend or an era. When a child, like there was a time I was watching a particular boy fighting as a fellow girl. Do you know what he was saying? He said, "I will beat you the way my dad used to beat my mom." So
because we need to wrap up, the lines are going. So what you're saying is, because a daughter that has seen the father beating the mother, then turns round and becomes an abusive woman later. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. You know, a long thing like in Igbo, we say, agwa na muhe turoglogo, meaning the snake will always give birth to a long thing. So anybody who watches how his or her parents behave will think it is a normal way of life.
Thank you, merchant man.
By the time the person is growing up, he will like to follow the footmark of his or her parents.
Thank you very much.
Generation of violent people who abuse marriage will continue to go on the increase and multiply. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, merchant man. Thank you. So you heard merchant man. He's saying that some of these women, just like any other child, they've learned from examples of when they were growing up. What do you have to say? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Andy Okoro.
Sorry?
Andy Okoro is my name.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
So I want to salute my guy there, merchant man, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
He has spoken well. So for me, my marriage of 23 years, I was not beating my wife before. But I will rather still not run away.
No, but I'm sorry. I need to put a stop to this. You are all men, and you are saying about yourself. This is about man inserting themselves into what is not man. The report today is that more women, there's been an increase in the number of women who are beating up their men. And there's more increase of men reporting domestic violence being meted onto them by their wives. That's what today's topic is about.
For example, you said the women beating their husband is increasing.
Yes.
Is that not what you said?
Yes, sir.
But the point is that anytime a man starts running away for a woman, mind you, the woman will never stop. We continue to do it. So the best thing you do is to stand it out and have a discussion. But for me to say that I will run away from my house for a woman so that you don't beat me or whatever. I will not do that one.
No, but what
I
do
will
you
not-
think?
I
What
will
do you
not beat
think is
my wife.
causing this? What do you think is causing this? Why do you think some women are now doing this? What's
Why
causing
some
this
women
increase?
are doing it is because the men that usually run away contributing to it. And then, like other callers have said,
Okay,
they have seen their parents or their mother
thank you.
beat their father.
Thank
Fight,
you very
they have
much.
always go up in their house before now. So they want some generation things. Some people want to
Thank you.
continue with that system.
Thank
But the
you,
idea
Mr.
of a man running away for a woman, how long will you continue to run?
Okay, thank you very
How long
much.
will you continue to run away from your house because your wife is
I need
beating
to
you?
wrap it up. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Okoro. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon. I need you to speak up, please. I need you to speak up, please.
Hello.
Hello, better.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Mr. Boli, I need you to speak up. I need you to speak up.
Can you?
No, the line's cut off. Hello? 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 Hello?
Your personal credit limit will be reached.
Oh dear. Hello?
Hello. Good
Hello?
afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Thomas. I'm calling from Aja.
Thomas, you have a minute before we go to break. Go.
All right. Thank you for the program. And I remember when I was a kid, I think about 7-8 years ago, then in Zamfara State, and Zamfara State presently, I grew up to a neighbor of mine. They are from Benue, and this woman, she beats her husband as if the man is the houseboy, and it's very, very terrible. Most times she will beat the man and she'll be pouring sand in the man's mouth and be telling the man that the man should beg. What I would advise men to do is...
Sorry, what causes that? You say she beats him, she pours sand in his mouth. Her husband, did you say?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. She will be pouring sand in the man's mouth. And my dad and my mom will try to see how they can settle them, separate them. And she will tell the man that if the man comes back to the house again, at times the man will run away from the house for about a week before he returns. And which is terribly bad.
Wow.
What I want to advise some men to do, because then I realize that this man is a very short man.
We're
and
running
the
out of
marriage
time.
is
I might
very
need
big.
you to hold on for like 2 minutes. Would you mind?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you mind? We need to go on break. If you could hold for like 2 minutes.
Hello?
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 Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, can you hold on for 2 minutes? We'll be right back. We're going on break.
It's okay.
All right,
It's
please
okay.
hold on. Don't go away. Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. I was talking. Are you still there? I think he's gone. I'm so sorry. The break went on much longer than I expected. Sorry about that. I wish you could call back. We are talking today about the increase, and listen very carefully, of women domestic abuse on men. That is, women beating their husbands. That is today's topic, the increase as reported by DSVRT, which is the Lagos State Department of Domestic Violence, etc. Okay? What is causing this? What could be causing it? We need to discuss that, because when all is said and done, as you all know, I am an advocate against domestic violence. Okay? And I once wrote an article, and where I wrote the eradication, and that has got to be our focus, how we completely eradicate violence, domestic violence, especially pointedly from our society, be it from male to female or female to male, and even from parent to child. Yes, you can all have that discussion with me another time. And when we stretch it from government to citizen, from police, etc., Nigeria, whether we like it or not, whether we love it or not, which, as you all know, I do, has become a society with a signature of perpetual violence. And this violence is buried in different crevices around our society, schools, homes, offices, hospitals, like I said, government, this, that, and whatever. Today, though, we are talking about women beating men. My last caller before I went to break, he was telling us the story of his parents' neighbors, where the wife used to beat the husband and actually throw sand into his mouth. Danfo Conversations, let's talk. Hello.
Good afternoon, Cecilia.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling
Mrs.
from?
Oboli.
Mrs. Oboli, go ahead.
All right. The issue with women beating men has been a trend that has been happening for quite a long time, but I think it's not reported like men beating women, because some of the men find it not too easy coming out to say their wives are beating them. And so this has been going on and it has not been reported. It is highly condemnable and should not be encouraged. I think they should also be treated the way men that beat their wives also are treated. I'm talking about the women folk now. It is very wrong. Now, when you say as to why this could be happening, I want to feel it's because these women have seen how some of the women that have been beaten by their men in times past have been doing this with reckless abandon. So they want to put up a front, like a revolt. And honestly, two wrongs cannot make a right. So they are trying to put up a front to say, okay, if the men are doing this, I won't take this, and it is better I attack instead of being attacked. More like attack is the best form of defense. It is wrong. It is so, so wrong.
Thank you, Mrs. Oboli. I appreciate
God bless you, ma'am.
God bless you too. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Francis from here.
Francis, you're in a noisy place. Can you move away from that noise?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Go ahead. No problem at all.
Yeah, so the biggest problem about men being beaten and not being reported is that men is full of ego. Ego is our biggest problem. To be honest with you, we men will face a lot of abuse in relationships, and we find it difficult to report. And that is the environment we find ourselves, and it's quite unfortunate. And I don't really know how the men are going to be encouraged to come out.
Well, they're clearly coming out. More of them are coming out. That's the point of the report. More and more men are reporting. What I'm asking is, what is causing this increase with wives or women beating up men in relationships?
Well, most of the time, it's all about the background, where the women are coming from.
What do you mean?
Yeah, maybe the women witness a situation when the mother is being abused, and the picture keeps painting in her mind, and maybe she vowed to herself that no man can come her way and go scot-free. So any slight of...
What do you mean by no man can come away and go scot-free? What do you mean?
Yeah, I've seen the mother being abused in a relationship, and the picture keep painting. She feel like, okay, she's out there to retaliate, in other way around.
So she's not defending herself, she's retaliating.
Yes.
So you're saying, let me just understand. What you're saying is it's possible that, having seen her mother being physically assaulted by her father, she then gets married and decides to physically assault her husband for no reason. Just to retaliate for her mother.
Yeah, well, many things can be add to it. They never can tell. But the upbringing is one of the things. The upbringing, what the child experienced, why he or she is little. Sometimes it contributes the larger percent of the reason why the women are beating the men these days.
Thank you very much.
And again, the harsh economic reality is another angle of it. Where women is out there to make to earn daily bread, and while she comes back home, and what she expected is not being given to her, and
Okay.
She will just method the reaction on the man.
Okay, thank you very
So
much.
many things are involved. Good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Let me read your messages. What do I have here? Good afternoon, Cecilia. Stop calling me Yoge, please. I've read. Oh, Mrs. Oboli, you've been on the phone, but I'll read your message. It's disheartening when you read or hear about these things. It's probably in line with their growing up and unpalatable experience they've seen over a period of time. I think it's highly condemnable and be addressed and nipped in the bud, and the culprits brought to book. Love you for all you do. Thank you and congratulations on Borderline. It's explosive. Thank you very much, Mrs. Oboli. I appreciate it. What have I got here? Cecilia, the reason is simple. Most people won't believe women are capable of evil. And also, most men indulge them by keeping quiet. Most don't want to be seen as weak, so they keep quiet. Plus social media validation from other women. They are made to believe it's okay. The society is lenient when it comes to women abusing their partners. Society believes a crying woman over a man. My neighbor will slap her husband and be the one shouting for help while shedding crocodile tears. But you don't leave your name. Why do you do that? Thank you for that message. Good day, Cecilia. Please tell your callers to listen well before condemning others, because Koboko was particularly insulting the men that beat up their wives and also the women that does same thing. Well done from Pat in Mugboro. Thank you, Pat in Mugboro. What have I got here? Hello, Cecilia. The topic sounds awkward to your listeners. I think you're right. This is from Chris in Accra. Chris, I think you're right. It does. Let me continue reading. Chris says, the topic sounds awkward to your listeners because it beggars belief. Hence, a few male callers defending themselves has not having lifted a finger on their wives. I'm glad you noticed that, Chris. On the issue, I think the rise is occasioned by the old maxim of might is right mentality, occasioned by liberalization of equal gender rights as against traditional cultural norms and customs of man being the head and sole provider. To stem and nip this rise in the bud demands education and advocacy that abuse of any kind against anyone is wrong. Then we can have a mutual respect and healthy society regards for everyone, or an healthy regard for everyone, man or woman. That's a good message, Chris, but I am curious about that middle one, and let me read it out to everybody because I would like you to comment on that. Chris said, and I'm going to read it slowly. On the issue, I think the rise is occasioned by the old maxim of might is right mentality, which is occasioned now by liberalization of equal/gender rights as opposed or as against, I think it means as opposed to the traditional/cultural norms and customs of man being the head and sole provider. I'd like you all to call me on that. Keep that in mind when you're calling. What have I got here? Good afternoon, Madam Ireti. Good topic. I once had a tenant at my uncle's place in Mende, Maryland, that used to beat her husband. A Calabar woman. Later, the man died. Good God. Gosh. I will advise that those men that find themselves in that condition to report the issue to the appropriate authority. I think Lagos always attends to such issue. Also, the man needs to let his family know what is going on. That's Yomi from Muriokola. You know, Yomi, that's going to be my favorite text, especially your last sentence is, you got to speak up. Yeah, I know women are speaking up, and damn right we should be speaking up. More and more women are speaking up. Not enough women are still speaking up. But you know, when it comes to men, you all are keeping far too quiet. Ego does not save lives. Let me repeat. Ego does not save lives. It doesn't. Let me finish the last message I'm going to read. What have I got here? Good afternoon, Cecilia. Some women do this because they grew up watching their father beat their mother. So they tend to have it in mind that they won't take that from any man once they get married. So they learn to be to be defensive, to be so defensive that when the man they eventually get married to try anything funny with them, they combat it. They do it because they won't take what their mother took from their father. So all this still bands to domestic violence homes. Parents, please stop this in your homes. The spread is too much. That's from Bonjour Delicacy. Really? That's your name? Bonjour Delicacy. Okay, bonjour Delicacy. Love you so much, ma. Thank you. What have I got? Good afternoon, Sister Gay. My dad beat up my mom while I was growing up. But that didn't make me a woman beater. But the reason I feel women do beat up their men is because they feel this society will not punish them for doing so. That's Patrick Ebo from Ogba. Good afternoon, Sister Gay. The issue of women beating their husbands, the point you narrowed me, Swerve, from making it. I don't understand that. You have to rewrite that, man. That message again. I can't read it. Yeah, let me come to your calls. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sisoga.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Elder Emmanuel. I'm calling from Aguda Surulere.
Go ahead, Elder.
Yeah, most people are seeing it just one side. That is women that watch their mothers beat their father and all that. There are so many angles to that.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
Hello, are you with me?
I am listening to you, sir.
So the part is that most women now make money more than men. And some of these women allow this money to go into their head, to enter their head. As a result, they don't give the men respect anymore. Any small thing, they will be violent. And that type of thing happens. And some men are also using their hand to cause this type of thing. Some men on the other side are something else. They will not contribute much to what is happening in the family with regards to bringing things and something like that. And these women, after toiling up and down, these men, some of the ones they get, they will use it to go and carry women outside. I watched one video. A married man carried his girlfriend to an eatery, and the wind entered the wife's ear because the wife has been the one that is doing a lot of things for the family. The woman went there and slapped the man in the presence of the girlfriend and all that. So some of these men are not contributing much. They still squander some of the ones they get on women. So all these things are making most women angry, and they have turned, to vent their anger that way. That is contribution to some of the things that is happening now. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
From Lagos. This market woman.
Go ahead, market woman.
All I want to say about these women beating up their husband, I think maybe they learn it from their mother, or they learn it from their friends also. It's not right. Can they put a law to deal with all these things so that we can get all these things out of our society? Because it's not good. They are not teaching the children to live a better life or to have a good home also. So they should put a law and begin to deal with all those women that are doing it to their husband now. Because it's not right. When you love somebody, how can you be beating that person? What a hen cannot do to a chicken cannot do to themselves, the human being are now reducing themselves, begin to beat themselves. If you are tired of the marriage, leave that place. Why are you beating the man? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Christopher. I'm calling from Lagos, Mari.
Go ahead, Christopher. You have 2 minutes. Go on.
Yeah, I just like the last caller. It is unfortunate and it's not good to beat a spouse, even you are a man or a woman. It's not good like that. Some steps, when you are not.
Your line isn't very good. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Better.
Yeah, I said my own concern is some faith, that is some religious saying. When once you marry, you can pray infinity.
The line is not good.
And there is no corrective.
The line isn't good, I'm afraid. So sorry. Hello?
Chief Miss Ireti Bakare.
Chief Mister, good afternoon.
You snooze, you lose.
You certainly do. You snooze, you lose.
You know, for me, I hear one of the caller, two wrongs never make right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not all cases. All these years we've been hearing how men are beating up their wives. For me, any woman that can do that, good. For me, before you get up to that extent that you raise your hand and slap me or throw blood at me, come on, I don't think I will allow such thing. I will not say with such women, but any of them that can do that, because our women have suffered enough from our men. They kill some of them. So any woman that can do that, let them do it. Then the men will learn their lesson as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Mister. Hello? Can you turn your radio down, please? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, ma. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Blancy. I'm calling from Banana Island.
Blancy, you have 2 minutes.
The reason is that men don't like speaking out. Because we used to have one tenant at Itemiyang. This man is doing everything for his wife, buying her car. Everything in short is our tenant. But the wife, every day, there is no day that the wife will not slap him, that she will not beat him. Sometimes if we run outside, the woman will say, and I don't understand Yoruba. Then I now ask somebody, she says he should come inside, that she will scatter his life. Sometimes this man will carry his hanger. He will keep his hanger inside his car. He can't enter inside room, and he don't like sticking out. And the mother, his parents live in Lagos here, but he can't even report to the parents or place up to tell anybody. If anybody should call himself, Baba John, what happened between you and your wife? Say, no problem. It's just a minor thing. You know, men don't like sticking out. They are dying silent. Nobody should say women, men are beating women. They are to the extent that they are killing women. No, men are passing through a lot. It's because they don't speak out. Can't you ask yourself one day that why is it that widow? If 10 people should come outside now, if you say your Father's Day, they say, I love my late father, because men are dying silent. They don't like speaking out. Nobody should say women is passing through a lot in the hands of men. Men are passing through a lot. It's only they don't like speaking out. That is why. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to read your message before I go on break, because I'm about to go on break. Will I even have time? I don't know. 26 seconds. Can I do it? Eddie Tedman, good afternoon. So the issue of women beating their husbands. The point I couldn't make was I was speaking is that the exposure from Western world is increasing the ignorant ones here to be emboldened to take it from negative angle. Though as a man, I can't condone it. I may not retaliate to hit back, but you must pay serious penance in raising your hands against me in as much as I know I can't eat. That's from the Merchant Man. We'll be right back in 3, 2, 1.
This is an infomercial.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. Yes, don't you? You get the pleasure of yours truly twice in one day. Fridays will never be the same again. That's why they call it TGIF. Yes, so I don't have much time before we go to the headlines, so I'm going to read your messages. Right, the message. Good afternoon, Silgi. I advise that men should not marry women that are physically stronger than them. Babatunde, so how do you determine that? Because you really can't. It's like it's the way people presume that very slim men are not physically strong. You would be foolish to presume that of all slim men. So how do you know whether a woman is physically, and how is that a solution? Even you fall in love with who you fall in love with, right? Anyway, the second message I have here is good afternoon, Cecile Game. You are from Shango. Visit the Kirikiri female prison in Lagos, built to accommodate 500 to 600 inmates, but have over 1,000 there. 70% of that number are there for murder, manslaughter of a boyfriend, husband. I'll read that because Yvonne's here. She's got the headlines for you. We're in the last minutes. The snooze you lose. Who's going to be snoozing? Who's going to be losing? It's your choice. Today we are talking this Danfo went to there. It went there. Where is there? There is where Lagos State Agency of Domestic Violence reported or released a statement saying that more women, I think the number is 300 plus, beating their husbands. So an increase in women domestically violating, physically assaulting the rights of their husbands within their marriage. And I'm asking, what is causing this increase? What is leading to it? I was reading a message before Yvonne had to give us the important news headlines, so I will read it again. This is from Muyiwa in Songo. He says, Sisioge, visit the Kirikiri prison, female prison in Lagos, built to accommodate 500 to 600 inmates, but has over 1,000 there. 70% of that number are there for murder, manslaughter, over boyfriend, husband cheating. 20% are for armed robbery and accomplices. The remaining 10% are other crimes. 100%. I was in court the day they sentenced two girls, 19 to 21 years, to life imprisonment for killing their boyfriends. 8% of the ladies I've spoken to are charged for homicide. Women, and I'm not going to say ladies because I think that's when people tend to use lady incorrectly. Now we're talking about women, right? Not every woman is a lady. You get. Not every woman is a lady. So women is a collective. Women need to work on our anger. If you can't handle your man's shenanigans, kindly leave. That's an interesting one. Thank you. What have I got here? Why are you sending me a video to watch? For what purpose? Gosh. Good afternoon. I want to believe, aside from growing up in a domestic violence home, some just have anger management issues. Aha! The cocoa of the matter. Imagine a woman slapping her mother-in-law. Women should just learn to manage their emotions well. But why are we just talking about physical battery? Why not emotional battery on men by women, which is more common? Another factor, important. So many are going through a lot in the hands of their wives. That's Oluwole from Ejigbo. Oluwole, thank you for that. Important points you make. Sisioge, good day. You might want to advise men on the topic not to marry, date any woman, lady that has a pronounced, visible. See, some of you are just at a problem. You're a problem on this WhatsApp because I'm not going to finish reading that. Yes, Don Pexto from Yabatek. Certainly not. What are you talking about? The number 0700 993 993 993. The female only line is 01465 7190. WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805. Our website is nigeriainfo.fm. YouTube is nigeriainfo 99.3. And Facebook, Twitter is nigeriainfo FM. Instagram, nigeriainfo Lagos. We are talking about domestic violence, female on male.
Hello. Good
Hello.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Joy from Eba.
Go ahead, Joy. Yes.
This topic is very important. There are factors that contribute to it. One, family background. Most of these ladies,
women
learn it from their parents. Maybe they have seen their mother slapping their father. So, when they got married, little thing their husband would do, they will slap. It's just like when you have a little baby, you see him maybe fighting with another child. You see that child slap that baby. What will you do? You correct and say, stop doing that. So most of these ladies, women, they are doing it and their parents are not correcting them. And immediately they got married, they feel their husband is the person they will slap. The second one is because Mr. A, woman A married a rich man. He has bought a big car. You want to be like her. And you know that your husband don't have such money.
So you think
And
it's
you'll be
coming from women wanting...
She will be comparing the husband.
Right.
Look at Mr. A. Look at what the man is doing to the wife. Maybe the little thing the man will say, I don't have such money. She will slap. She will say one thing or the other. If the man cannot be able to take that insult, what will he do? He will leave the house for her. Maybe 1 week, 2 weeks. You will not see that person. And most of our ladies, women, are lazy. They can't cook. They don't know how to cook.
That's a rather generalized statement. So you think
men, they need food.
So the
Today
woman,
you cook
the woman is
spaghetti.
beating the
Tomorrow
husband.
you cook another thing. There are men who like swallow.
Right.
Baby, my woman cook. She cannot.
Right. So she's beating him up because
she's
she
lazy.
doesn't want to
She
cook
doesn't know how to
spaghetti.
cook.
So she
The
beats
parents
him
did
up.
not teach her how to cook. That is another factor that always causes trouble.
So let me just get it. A woman beats up the husband. The wife beats up the husband because she can't cook when he asks for swallow.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
I didn't hear what you said.
But she's the one that can't cook, so why would she be the one beating him up?
Because she doesn't know how to cook, and the man is be complaining. My woman, my baby cook. I want to eat. She will be giving one excuse or the other. Maybe if the man feels so bad about it, the next thing you will see, she will start quarreling with that man. Oh, you brought me here to be cooking for you? Then why are you there? Why did you marry the man? So there are so many things that is happening.
Thank you. Thank you so
So
much.
what I'm saying is that parents should try to teach their children very well.
What? How to cook?
So that they will have happy home when they marry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Good afternoon. I can't hear you. Sorry. Good afternoon. Turn off your radio, please.
Good afternoon. Yes, please. I'm son of Judy. And yes, I want to
What's your name, please?
correct something
What
I
is your
heard
name?
about
What
the
is your
prison.
What is your name? Oh,
Uzezi, sorry.
Uzezi. All right, go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, so I said I want to correct something I heard about the female prison and the capacity it takes. Like, said something about 1,000 when it's built for 500.
Keep going. I'm
yes,
not
okay.
interrupting
So
you.
I was opportune to go there on, I think, the 1st of October, and there were just 300 inmates there. And from what I saw, they're actually living very well. In fact, I was so surprised. I was like, this just looks like a hostel. I was opportune to go there because my mom works there, so I went there.
Right.
So I just wanted to correct that.
Thank
because it's not the capacity. is not.
Do you know why most of them are in prison?
Yes, some of them because of maybe issues with their husbands. Some of them maybe their sex workers that they pick up.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. Hello. Okay, you snooze, you lose. Hello.
Your personal credit limit will be reached shortly.
Your personal credit is not enough to talk to me, unfortunately. Hello.
I own baby.
Yes, sir.
To see you again, my love.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Mr.
This is
Frank.
Mr. Frank.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes.
You have 2 minutes, Mr. Frank. Go ahead.
Less than 2 minutes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been hearing of this thing this time around for women beating up their men all this while.
Mm.
So my own is that I want to ask some questions. What are those things that the governor has set in place? And the Ministry of when we was hearing that men were beating their wives, was hearing things like women, Ministry of Women Affairs. Now that women are beating men, are there from Ministry of Men Affairs? That is one. Domestic violence against women. Are there from domestic violence against men now?
No. Actually, that is wrong. The domestic violence unit.
No, they are.
Is for
The women
men.
when we specify, they said domestic violence against women.
No. Hold on. No. SG. Let me. The actual acronym is SGBV. Sexual and gender-based domestic violence. It doesn't have men or women.
Those stuff that said no matter whatever a woman does, that a man has no right to lay his hand.
Well,
has there said any other talk that whatever a man does, that woman doesn't have any right to lay their hand on the husband? Is there anyone that has come out like that?
Absolutely. You're just saying it now, and that's what a lot of people believe. Yes.
Now, Ministry of Men Affairs, answer that one. Has it come out?
No, there is no Ministry of Men Affairs, and you want me to tell you why there isn't one?
No, tell me.
Okay, the Ministry of Women Affairs, was created because at the time Nigeria was falling behind in gender parity. Right? So education, female education, female employment, within government, sexual and gender-based violence, etc. So we had a target that we needed to meet, right? In order for us to actually focus on ensuring that we continue to elevate women within our society, there needed to be a ministry that actually focused on that, which is why it was created. You must remember, and let me answer this to you, Mr. Frank. You see, elevating women doesn't mean decreasing men or pushing men down. The word escapes me. Elevating women means bringing women up to the place where men have been in this society, because it's a patriarchal society throughout our lives. So that's why you need a ministry of women. It's like saying, why do we need child rights law? Because we need to focus on children. Because if you thought children were being focused on before, actually they were not. So sometimes we need to create institutions or societies. Good societies are built on strong institutions. Such strong institutions shape the civic of that society and the behavior of the people within the society.
Okay, thank you. Then, when you had any talk that my husband beat me, they will say call 767, call 121. The man has the right to call that number as well and complain that
absolutely, absolutely. That's why we have the reports today. The reports that I read out is from Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Unit. There is no male female inside it.
Okay, now the last one is there is a place now they built that said any woman that's going through domestic violence in her family, that is to carry her children and come there, the government will take care of them. Have they made a provision for men that their wives are beaten, so that whenever their wife beat them, they'll carry their children and go to their own men's quarters? Have they made provision for that?
What you're talking about are
what
shelters.
I'm talking about
I'm explaining to you. You want me to answer or you don't?
Sister,
yes, sir.
We are all here in Nigeria. We have been hearing how it has been going. It's not that I support domestic violence.
I know you don't.
We are one. That provision you make for women, make it for man as well. And as we said, treat the girl child, treat the man child now, and let everybody be hearing it now that women are beating men. And I have not had any strong comments coming out from any society or any angle.
Oh, there has
because
been.
I have had a situation where a woman used to beat her husband, reaching one day, this man said enough is enough. The wife beat that man. Then the man went to the police station to report. The police told this man to get out of the station. A woman is beating you and you come here to report. Then when this man get back to his house, the woman said, where is the police now? The woman wanted to continue. Then the man then smashed her down.
Mr. Frank, I need you to wrap up.
Go back to the same station and call police. They come and arrest that same man and say my husband beat me. That man slept 2 days in police cell.
Okay.
For beating a woman. So let the lawyers now, the judges now be hearing it now. Let societies now come out now be hearing it. Because for me, Mr. Frank, I can never believe it in my life that a man will marry
Mr. Frank, you've used up 4 minutes. I need you to
I don't think it is possible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello.
Right, we're at the point where I can only give him 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm so annoyed with some of the comments I'm getting from some men. See, the statistics of women beating men. Please, what's the statistics again? Did you say it's 300?
Yeah, it's not gone up to 300. That's what was reported. 300 and something.
Please, do you know the statistics for men?
Well, it's at least 3 times that, yeah, if not more.
Can you
yes.
Can you compare the two?
No, you can't. But why should we compare?
So, see, they're making it look as if we're not saying women are not beating men, but the statistics is not as much as men beating women.
Granted,
like you rightly
said, but do we compare? Are we saying is the point about that statistics comparing? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not talking about comparing. I'm just saying that the numbers are so high. That is where you see us seeing so many advocacy.
Yeah.
That gender against women, violence against women.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, these women are handicapped. They are left with these children.
Yeah.
The men will just leave. They are left with the children.
Yeah.
Because a man is calling and saying, "Do we have where you have a house for a man to also come and stay with the children?" How many men do you see stay with the children? If not, most times it's the men that will leave, and the women will be the one to cater for those small children. And what do you want them to do? So these are the reasons. See, it's not for something. I'm not saying it's okay for anyone to beat anybody, but the comparison should not even be there at all. Whatever that is not good is not good.
That's
Women
right.
who are beaten, if you're having issues in your home, leave that marriage. It is not a do or die affair. That is my own. Anybody, anywhere, most women, they bottle up emotions. End of the day, that's when you see them. They
I need you to wrap up. Thank you.
Because of bottled up emotion.
Thank you very much.
God help us.
God, indeed, God help us. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Michael. I'm calling from Victoria Island.
Michael, you have 1 minute. Go.
Okay, I'll keep it to 1 minute. I think the last thing you said should be actually the maxim. if you can't handle marriage, don't go into it, whether you're a man or you're a woman. I've been married for 21 years. We've not had issues, myself and my wife. Not because there are no issues, but we are adults. We are human beings, first and foremost. We have 4 lovely sons. What example are we taking? Even the prison things we're talking about, it's a breakdown of values. Whether it is church or mosque or the society, let's just go back and be human beings first. Love does not, I think that is the basis. I don't know what happened to us, but if we can just stick to love, all these things, they are not necessary, whether it's a man or woman. I worked in banking industry for 22 years. I can tell you today that women are getting more in population than men when it comes to banking. Anywhere. But does that remove anything? No. So, okay, look at Nigerian Info. You have a line for women, and you say we should not call that line. The time will come where you don't need to do all that. Yes, they should be protected, but I think they've been protected. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Right. I can take one call before I close up. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sisoge.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I remain anonymous.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
You see, the last lady that spoke, I pray he will not stress her husband to early grave.
Why would you say that?
Have you checked, have you checked a lot of widows here and there? Widows. The number of widows, check every December, they line up everywhere. These are ladies, women who are exterminating their husband.
Oh, man. No. I've got to stop you, sir. It's just as well the line cut off, because when you come on my show, I don't know about anybody else, and you start making wild allegations like that, I can't let you just continue. We need to have a conversation, as in, conversation. Look, the fact is, we all agree that it's totally unacceptable for anyone to be placing their hands on another. Look, I don't even agree with some of you lot and a whole lot of you beating your children. But like I said, that's a whole different topic discussion, right? But here's the thing. The society is changing. And none of you are actually touching on that. You're not touching on the fact that the Nigerian society is changing, and the gender relations that's changing with it is actually discomforting for a lot of people. Let me leave you with one fact. Rape or physical abuse is a crime of power. It's about power dynamics in any relationship, be it boss to subordinate, be it husband to wife, be it wife to husband, be it parent to child, be it government to citizen, be it police to our children, etc., 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 even with 2 area boys, right? Dynamics of power. These things are crimes of power. And there's a power shift that's emerging. And you all need to sit back and look at that. And it's not just emerging based on, and somebody did touch on it earlier, said, it might be because of the economic issues. That's possibly a point. But they've been rising. Yeah, they've been rising. They didn't just try rising. Before we got to 300, they started from 1 to 2 to 100 to whatever. So, ego, I keep saying ego does not save lives. Ego kills. Get rid of your ego, be it male or female. And then you can begin to relate on a respecting level and a loving place. All right? Have a fabulous weekend. I'll be back at 4. Borderlines, I'm talking to Amaz. Don't you dare not.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.